Hello guys and welcome back. All right, so in this video we will be watching this video together by Cruz titled Can Traditionalists and Christians See Eye to Eye? All right, so let's get right into it. Okay.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. There is only one true religion.
As a Christian, the foundation of our faith is the scripture. Jesus has said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes through the Father except through me. That shows that the only religion which exists is Christianity, which is not a religion as people actually call it, but a way of life.
Exactly.
The first Christians, if you remember, the first Christians were actually called Christians in Antioch because of people saw the way they were behaving. They're like, oh, these people actually look like Christ. They speak like Christ. They act like Christ. They behave like Christ. They show people love. And that is where the word Christians comes in. And that is where Christianity actually comes in. Even God said, he said, thou shalt not bow to any other God except me. So that means that the author and the creator of everything he acknowledged that there are other gods, but there's one true God.
In the book of John 1 to 5, I think, he said he's the only one God.
Yes.
He's the only true God. That in the beginning was the
Word,
Word.
yes.
And the Word was with God. Who is this Word?
Jesus.
The Word was Jesus. And the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him. That without him, there was never anything made without him. That was why they said, before Abraham, I was. Because he has been in the beginning, even before the world was formed.
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
My name is Mazi Chukwuebuka Wando. I am a practitioner and a strict adherent and a defendant of the Omenala or Omenani tradition. Christianity is not the only true religion. I represent the Ordinala or ordinary religion. That's the Igbo traditional religion, you understand? And this Igbo traditional religion is like only for Igbos, because we are the only ones that practice it and believe in it. This religion or this culture has been in existence before Christianity. It started with in the 9th century and is only practiced by the Igbos. And we worship and we revere the only true God. That is Chukwu Okike Abiyama.
Excuse me. Christianity is the only true way. You said it has been before it existed. It has never been before it existed. The Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and He was in the beginning before the world was made. Let's go to creation. How were you made?
Chukwu Okike Abiyama created me.
No way. We have only one God,
No.
the only one creator, who was not created by man.
You see,
but he created man.
Yeah, you see,
in his own likeness.
Yeah. So you see, one thing about you Christians is that you are all over yourselves. Like your Jesus Christ. He said he is the only way, the truth, and the life. Do you know, if I want to talk about myself now, after this show now, if I go outside, I'll go and be telling people that I'm the only one that said everything that everybody accepted. I would like to blow my trumpet. He blew his trumpet and you people are running with it. How can you say you are the only way? That is braggadocious. That guy is arrogant.
The life you have, is it yours? If you can
Chukwu
tell me yes,
Abiyama,
then I agree with
and
you.
my chi and my ancestors gave me life.
If we look at the literal definition of what religion is, religion in itself is the belief in a superhuman or a god or gods, right? Even back then, in the days of Moses and the days of Abraham, we acknowledged in the scriptures that they worshipped other gods, which means other religions had always existed, right? So the presence of religions we can't neglect it. We would recognize that these things are in existence. The argument around whether one is the truth or one is not is a separate discussion.
Do you believe there's only one true religion?
Definitely Christianity is the true religion.
You can't say that. You can't.
No, it's
you
fine.
can't say
Everybody
that.
has a right to their opinion.
You can't say that.
I would fault you guys, your rationale. Christianity is not the only religion that says that they are the only true religion.
Yeah, that's true.
Islam says the same thing. Every other religion says that they are the only one true religion. Another reason why I will fault your rationale, I mean, for Christians, is that they say we are the only one true religion. Then you ask them, why do you say we are the only one true religion? They say, see our book. We wrote there that we are the only one true religion. There has to be an objective standard of measurement of why do you think this religion is true. You need somebody who is a bystander, as someone who is on the outside, who has no bone in the argument, to look at it objectively and say, okay, this is what maybe Islam says, this is what Christianity says, this is what the traditional...
Do you have an idea of how Islam itself came to be?
Yes, of course I do.
So what knowledge do you have about Islam coming to be?
Of course, it started with Muhammad.
No,
Muhammad.
Islam
It starts with Muhammad.
So
Okay, so
you
where
see
did it
that
start?
Even in the books of Islam, there is an acknowledgement of certain characters that are present in the Christian books, right? And one of the reasons why you would find a lot of Christians tell you that Christianity is the true religion is because there are evidences, both physically and theoretically, that would backdate even to what you would see on paper. You would go to certain sites in the world today,
Yes.
and you will find those things present there. It's the same way people talk about maybe Oduduwa, for instance, right? So if anybody worships Oduduwa, they can come and tell you Oduduwa is the true religion, right? Based on their own belief, because they will say, oh, we have somewhere where this stuff even exists, right? So what I'm finding difficult to even hear from you guys is the fact that you guys have failed to explain to us why you feel yours is the true religion. Instead, what you've done is just to counter that what we are saying is wrong. So we presented our own case, so maybe you can just present your own case.
Your case now is inconclusive, if I should say that. Even before the birth of Christ, Jesus Christ, in Israel, the tribe Israel, there is a practice, there is a culture, there is a religion. And I will surprise you to tell you, from the birth of Jesus, the customary tradition to whatever they believe was accustomed to him during his birth. So while he grew up, he understood there was a religion the Jewish followed. And he followed it before he brought about his idea.
So what you're doing now is to buttress my
I'm
point, right?
trying to clear you so that you
Because
can get to understand something. No, wait.
Let me bring something
I've not hit the hammer on the net. Just calm down. I'm trying to bring you to this light because, so now you fail to acknowledge that, hey, I came into existence and I went through a system and now profoundly I'm beginning to set something up for myself that will be a movement because I believe it's a movement. You got into a system.
It's okay.
It's just like you're not coming into it.
You got into a system.
Yes.
Let me say something to you. Do you know this Bible we speak about said in the book of Genesis?
No. I corrected you on that you cannot use the
Bible. The Bible said that the seed of the woman will bruise the heel of the serpent.
And I believe someone wrote it, yeah.
Exactly.
Someone wrote it, isn't it?
You know, in that Bible, there were some areas in the Bible God was speaking. Hello? There was some area in the Bible God was speaking. Those parts of the Bible that are written in red Bibles are the words of God.
How can you not tell me that the person have not smoked ganja and he started speaking on his own terms?
That's fine. That's fine because what you've done is to amplify her initial position.
Okay.
Right? And what she had said was the fact that the term Christianity in itself wasn't birthed until a point in Antioch, which was even after the death of Jesus Christ.
Which was the movement.
What you need to understand.
Which was the movement.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Christianity in itself was fashioned from people who were behaving like Christ.
Christ-like, yes.
And what did Christ do in himself? Christ in himself came to give. He said, "I didn't come to abolish the law; I came to fulfill it." So what he came to do.
See, now you've
Hold on,
contradicted
hold on,
yourself,
hold on,
yeah?
hold
You've
on, hold
contradicted
on,
yourself, yeah?
hold on.
No, he's
hold
not
on,
come to abolish the
hold
law.
on.
And the law has been the
Hold
customs.
on now.
They have been the customs.
See, what
and they have been the systems on the
what you're
ground.
saying. What
It
you're,
has been there from the
let me
beginning.
let me explain to you.
Custom,
Let me
the law.
It is written, you know,
It
it said
yes.
it was
Sorry,
in the
man.
word.
And it's
Even before the word was
Let me-
made.
That's what I'm saying.
Before this
What
word was made of
it was
form.
the
Can I-
law.
can I finish-
And the law
can I
has been
finish
dragging
my
on.
point?
And this is what I'm trying to tell them.
We all worship the
Ooh. A whole 10 minutes. All right. So my opinion here will be very brief. So the last one was about there is only one true religion, and yes, and so the Christians are saying that Christianity is the only one religion, and the traditionalists are saying that no, that's not true because there are multiple religions, and each religion believe that they are the one true religion, which is true. But one thing is that when it comes to religion, there's nothing you can do to change somebody's belief. It's so religion is like politics, right? Politics, religion, sex. So those are really sensitive topics that really you can't change somebody else's mind. Like they have to be able to reason themselves, right? So really there isn't anything that I can say here regarding this prompt. So yeah, personally I don't believe there is only one true religion, because like what this guy is saying right here, he said that even Christianity wasn't even formed. It wasn't formed until the death of Jesus Christ himself, meaning that before there were multiple religions, and really there were, and like every religion they believed that they were the one true religion. And as a matter of fact, Paul, Apostle Paul, he was the Hitler of his day. He was killing off all the Jews, right? Yeah, for his own personal reason, and also there were people who were persecuted for their religious beliefs. So, such as Daniel. So Daniel, for example, he was thrown into the lion's den, right, to be killed off because he refused to worship the king's religion, which then would have been the one true religion, right? Because if the king says that this is the God everybody should worship, that is the God you have to worship, or else that will be the end of it. But yeah, but he was persecuted for his religion. So then, like, there was no such thing as Christianity or what have you. Like, they all had their own gods and whatever beliefs that they had. So really, I personally believe that there isn't one true religion. We all came here with our own beliefs, and I think somebody even said here that there are multiple gods, right? And yeah, so each god, it's like, when we all get there, we will find out who the one true is. But really, I think it's really uh it's like having the head, right? You have the head and you have people underneath it, right? So maybe it's like one master god or one master religion, but really, because saying there is one true religion, it means that the other religions are false, right? Which isn't the case, because Christians believe that Christianity and Islam came from one father, which is Abraham, right? So Abraham gave birth to Ishmael and Isaac, right? So yeah, so and then that's how those two religion, that's how they were birthed, right? So saying one child is true and the other child is fake, even though they both came from the same man, it's sort of ignorant, right? So anyway, let's go on to the next prompt.
but in different forms.
I believe steadfastly that we all worship the same God. The origin of religion, it came from one God. I want to give you example from my ordinal tradition. The ordinal tradition came from Eri. Eri is the fifth son of Gad. Gad is the son of Jacob. Then Eri now left his abode and now came to Nigeria. He settled in Anambra State, Umuleri and Aguleri and Eri. He now spread to all everything you know as South is Igbo-speaking nation. So this guy started from these people you call your patriarch, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then he now deviated to Eri. So if you look at the Islam religion, if you read their books, you now understand that they have Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Ishmael. I don't know how Ishmael came out. I think it's from Jacob. So Ishmael came out from there. You understand? So if you see now the Christian religion, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, then everyone started. You understand? So all of us came from the same lineage, but our problem is that our fanaticism and extremism and want to be the ones that the world should follow is the problem. You know why I didn't want to say that Omenala is the genuine religion? It's because it's peculiar to Igbo people.
Wow.
If you're not an Igbo person, you cannot do Omenala very well. Omenala or Omenani.
According to you, you said we came from the same God that Abraham and Isaac serve. Is it the same way Abraham and Isaac were serving that God that you are serving the God through Omenana, or?
We cannot serve in the same way. We serve in different ways, but we serve the same God. I serve Chukwu Okike Abiyama. And I serve Chukwu Okike Abiyama
through Chukwu Okike Abiyama to God, or
no,
God direct?
Like you serve.
Oh my God. So the reason why I'm laughing here is that Cruise TV, like honestly, guys, so this video, it's gonna hit 1 million very soon. This is an opportunity to educate Nigerians and non-Nigerians about the different religions and the different gods and just different cultural practices, right? But these guys couldn't even be bothered with finding out the actual spelling of the God that this man is talking about, right? Because at least we could have gone to do some research. For people who are into African religion, African ancestry, right? That would have been the perfect opportunity for them to actually, research, right? So they had dash. Oh my gosh, like really, like they could have asked that man afterwards, like, hey, what did you say? And then write it down. And then we can now go and do research. But anyway, that just one thing I wanted to point out. But anyway, let's continue. Okay.
God was through Jesus Christ. Me, I serve through Chukwu Okike Abiyama, through my Umabara and my ancestors. That's in Ndiche.
Do you know that serving God through Jesus Christ is the same God himself?
Oh.
You see, that's my problem. How will you say that Jesus Christ is God?
Jesus is God.
How?
The
How will
Trinity,
you say Jesus Christ?
the Trinity is
did he
one.
marry and now have child that became God? Jesus Christ and came to the earth. You see, that's my confusion. Because me, I'm angry about this. That's my confusion about this thing. How will you say that Jesus God is Jesus and he came to earth, and you still say that God is a spirit? Can a spirit have flesh and blood?
Yes, of course.
How?
Yes,
Expatiate
a spirit can have flesh and blood. Because Mary, the mother of Jesus, had never had a relationship before. Mary conceived Jesus through the power of the Holy Spirit.
You'll be hearing that.
Do you understand? I'm not hearing that. It is what was done, what was said to be, what was.
Are you hearing that? Meaning, are you listening to yourself, right? It's like, aside from Mary, who else has ever given birth? Through the Holy Spirit. But anyway, according to Christians, that is completely true.
Because that was why the book of Genesis said, the seed of the woman shall bruise the heel of the serpent. If you understand the Bible very well, that was why that reading came from book of Genesis. You understand that a woman will surely give birth to the Messiah. Are you understanding me?
For sure. I mean, a woman is supposed to give birth. A man cannot give birth. I don't understand.
That God himself is going to come down to this world. Do you know Jesus is God? God himself, it took no man could do it. Nobody could do it. Nobody can carry the sins, can bear the sins of this world. But it took God himself to come down on earth, became a human being like you and I. Because God is a spirit. Hello. God is a spirit.
And
Even
he
when
became Jesus
Moses
Christ.
told him that he wanted to see him, he said, you cannot see me.
And
not
he
even
became
my
Jesus Christ. He's a spirit. He became Jesus Christ.
Our forefathers, where do they worship? Is it the Jesus Christ or the traditional discipline?
They worship God in the temple.
It is the unique characteristics.
They worship God in the and
In the
it's
temple.
that same God that all of us worship. Me, Ordinana, I worship that God. You Christian worship that God. You a Muslim worship that God.
You cannot worship
Hindu
God in ordinary.
worship that God.
You cannot worship
Buddhism
God in
worship that
ordinary.
God.
Because
Confucianism
he said
is
you
the
worship
same
him
God
in the
all of us
temple.
Because at the
worship.
end, all of you say, the Bible said,
All of us worship the
Bible,
same God.
that
But
is-
you
that's
Christian
what
want
puts
to
knowledge there.
you want to cause problem
It is
in the
in the
world.
Candid disagreeers, please step forward.
Let me continue from where we stopped earlier. And it's the fact that, he made a point about how certain things were of old, and then we Christians picked them up when they were new. The point you've made now sounds like somebody who was born in the 80s or 70s and met bicycle in Lagos. The person comes now in the 20s and is seeing BRT. And the person is saying, no, BRT is not. Certain things have already evolved. Certain things have already been fulfilled, right? And the movement has shifted from the things of old to the new, right? What is important is that we have the documentation of those things that were of old so that we do not lack origin. Back to the point of the present, which is we serve the same God, but in different ways. And I want to connect again to what he has said, which is the fact that he has laid origin of certain religions back to the God of the Bible. Which,
No, it's not the God of the Bible.
Inevitably,
It's the
no,
God
but you acknowledge
of gods.
Which, that's fine.
I did not say Bible. Did I mention Bible?
That's okay. So
Excuse, did I mention Bible
It's
when
okay.
I was talking?
All right, I'll correct myself. You
I say
linked
Christian,
him-
I say Muslim.
You linked him to the
Quran.
God
Why did
of-
you say Quran?
All right, hold on. You linked him to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And from history, we know that the God that they worshipped was the same God that is Jesus, right? So what you have also done is to acknowledge that there is one true religion because there's a source of truth which stands as one. And what you have now said, based on your own understanding, is that this sort of truth has now birthed different expressions, which is okay. The current question now talks about whether or not we worship God, the same God, but in different ways.
I don't want to look as
No,
if
he's
I'm
trying
talking
to say-
too
he's
much.
trying to
He
say
said
that Abraham-
that one is Jesus.
No, he's saying the God
he
of
should
Abraham.
remove that is Jesus.
No, he's saying the
So
God
who
of
is
Abraham.
Jesus to you?
No, wait, madam. He was saying the God
Who
of
is
Abraham
Jesus to you?
is that same God
Can you
that
say who Jesus is to you?
Do I know
Jesus comes thereafter. We're talking about the
Do I
God they
know
serve.
who
I know, I
Jesus
just want to
is?
know.
Exactly.
Because
I
he's
know
so
only
annoyed
by
with anything
God
called
and
Jesus. Who is Jesus to you?
I know there's something that has been consistent in the New Testament, that name Jesus. Because we, the traditionalists, to a point, we know, even the gods know. I will tell you for free. There are names or there are name you've mentioned which authority has been given unto. So for that, I can give it to the Christians.
No, he mentioned, he said that God that I've mentioned different religion and how they are linked. You understand?
He's trying to
Then he now
acknowledge.
said that God is Jesus.
And that's where
If he
he's
wants
trying
to say something, he should say it that God is God.
He's
then
trying
he
to
now
link it.
relating
He's
to
trying
his
to link it.
Jesus.
He's trying to say the God Abraham worshipped.
That is
that the
Jesus.
God of Omenana that was there?
If he says Omenana,
That's
I'm
what he was
okay
trying
by
to
that.
say.
It's not Obina now. There's
I
nothing
don't
like
understand. That's where
Obina
we're
now.
having problems.
It's the same God.
That's
There is
where we're
nothing
having
like
problems.
Obina
expressing
now.
it in a different
That's why
way.
I'm saying, please, with the Yorubas, we there was a time when we used to practice, abobaku. When the king dies, we would bury another person after him. And I know that the Igbos, and not just the Igbos, also the Yorubas as well, there are times when you pour blood on, on an idol and all of that. At times when you sacrifice a whole human being for the same
things are fetish.
God, all of stuff
They are
like that.
fetish
So
belief.
I don't think we serve the same God, but in different ways. I think we all serve different gods.
Exactly.
No matter what. So the reason why I think we all serve different gods is that the same God cannot tell you that when somebody dies here, kill somebody after me, and tell the other one that all you just have to do is say, Father, forgive me for my sins, and your sins are forgiven. And you tell the other one that you must go to Mecca at the end of the year. Okay, let's go to your own Bible now. There is a part of the Bible that says, the God that your God, that God is not a God of confusion. So do you get what I'm trying to say? So you cannot have one God that is now telling different people, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, and confusing the whole world.
For me, I believe that we serve one God. Like you said, I'm sure that there's somewhere you got your belief from, because you definitely, someone gave birth to you, you knew nothing. It was definitely your grandfather, your ages people that actually gave you that belief that, okay, there's Odinalao and that person is so
reincarnation.
Exactly. So for me, obviously, my own belief came from somewhere. It came from the Bible. And my Bible tells me that there's only one God. First Corinthians, like she said, 4 John 1:1 said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And Bible says, and also our Bible says, there's only one God, is the way, the truth, and the life.
But do you
there's
think
no other God.
Do you think we serve
Him.
different? Do you think we serve the same God but in different ways? That's like the question.
I don't believe that we serve the same God in different ways. I believe that.
You believe what?
I believe that there's only one God. We serve one God. Like for we the Christians, we serve one God.
And that God is different from the other gods
yes,
that people
yes,
serve.
different from the God of Odinala.
Can I say something? Let me just say something. You see, I, as an Odinala man, I went to the university. I'm not like all those native doctors that only go in the bush and do bush thing and come out. I want to be a world-class Odinala man. Do you understand? So I read. Now, I want to give you one illustration. Now, I read one book.
Oh my gosh, this woman. She is hilarious. Anyway, let's keep watching.
And the person told me that God is like an elephant, a very big elephant. And all the followers of God from different religions are blind. So when they touch the elephant, everybody is touching. This one is touching the belly and he's very wide. And he say, God is like a wall. The other one is touching the tail and he say, God is long. The other one is touching the leg and he say, God is long and he has bone. The other one is touching the head and he say, that's how religion is. Your revelation of religion, religion is spiritual. What you get from the spiritual, that is what you run with. Do you understand? We Ordinala people, we saw religion as we need to do some sacrifice. We need to do some incantation. We need to pour some liberation. You understand? And you Christian saw that you need to go to church. And the Muslims say they need to go to mosques. But it's the same God, but we are all following him blind because we are all mortals. We cannot follow him mortal. We are just seeing him in our rational senses.
The traditionalists.
Oh, okay. Wow. So, do we worship one God or we worship separate gods? Do we worship different gods? This is quite a complex question that even I'm still trying to figure out the answer to this question. Now, I personally believe that yes, there is only one God, right? So the only way, so the reason why I believe there is only one God is that there is one Earth, right? That we human beings now, astronomy, or what do you call these people who go into space? No, not astrologists, astronauts. Yeah, like people who study like all these universes and such, right? So they discover that there are um other kingdoms or other life outside of this earth itself, right? But I believe the spirit who put us in this particular universe, right? It's only one spirit. Who knows? Maybe there are multiple spirits, right? So you have one spirit for each continent: the Asian continent, the African continent, the Caribbean continent, what have you, right? It's like having board of directors for one company, because one person cannot run like a whole company. Like one president cannot run like the whole country. The president needs vice president, governors, um mayors, chiefs, and everything. So but there's only like the one head, so the president, the king, or what have you. So I think, yeah, so there is only that one main God who now put us human beings, animals, everything that's in this earth, in this universe we're living in, and he put us here right now. I'm just thinking as we go along, right? So now, because we all grew up with different beliefs in different parts of the world, right? We eventually had to come up with different ways to worship this creator, right? The creator who put us on this earth, this particular universe. So the one God, we worship him in different ways, right? So I think, yeah, so there is one God, but then at the same time, we've created many gods. Because, like I said earlier, right, the one God, right, so it's like one person, and then that person has that board of directors, right? And so, so you're in charge of health, you're in charge of environment, you're in charge of the trees, you're in charge of air, you're in charge of nature, you're in charge of water, you're in charge of sicknesses, right? So and I think we've, from that one God, we've created many gods, right? We created many gods, and then we worship each god differently. So that's why there are so many religions, and even in Christianity, there are different types of Christianity, because we all have different beliefs, different ideas about God. And in Africa, to be specific, we worship God in different ways. Now, let's bring it home. Nigeria, we worship God in different ways, right? That's where there are so many different church denominations. And it's like, there's like competition even amongst Christians. So you have Baptists, you have Anglicans, you have Catholics, you have Protestants, you have Orthodox, you have just all sorts. And you have one group of Christians saying that, hey, these other Christians are not really Christians because they don't worship God through Jesus. And then even if it's within the same Protestant, for example, right, they will say that, oh, that church, it's not good enough because they are worshiping God in a different way. Because in the Old Testament it says that as a woman you shouldn't wear jewelry, you shouldn't, you shouldn't pierce your body, you shouldn't do this. So it's like, really, when it comes to religion, you cannot win. When it comes to religion and people's mindset, people's deeply rooted belief system, you can't win. So, do we worship one God or do we worship multiple gods? I think we all worship multiple gods, right? I think we all worship multiple gods. We do not worship one God. Yeah, the one God put us in this earth, this universe we are in, right? But then I believe the same way God sent his son, right? Because this whole the whole argument about Jesus is God and God is Jesus or whatever. But the same Bible also says that Jesus is God's son, right? So the same way that God sent a representative, right? Which was Jesus, he sent him into this earth, right? You just, go carry out whatever assignment he sent him to. I believe that's the way that there are many different forms of God. So you, this particular God, you're in charge of this. You, this particular God, you're in charge of this. It's like angels, right? So the Christians believe that there are many angels in heaven, right? Many angels, because, well, God himself or itself, herself, cannot, just run everything. So it's like different representatives, and we all worship different gods. Now, one religion that I find fascinating is I think it's Sikh in India. Like, they have hundreds, I believe thousands of gods. Like, they have a god for sicknesses, a god for babies, a god for just for everything, right? So they obviously understand that there isn't one God. There's like millions of gods, and you just you choose your own God and you worship that God. But anyway, let's continue. Okay.
Our religions encourages ritual killings, which is bad.
So I'm Yoruba, so I'm going to come from the Yoruba land. And I'm from Ogbomoso to be precise, so I'm going to go back home and bring some things in. I don't know if it is practiced in other places, but there's something called Oro in Yoruba land. Oro means a spirit is coming out, and once you see the spirits, or once you see according to, then the person is gone, is dead. And someone made mention of Abobaku the other time. I don't know why my destiny will be tied to another person's destiny, where a king came to the world to enjoy his own life. And now because he's dead, my own life is gone.
Sorry,
When God has given every
can I
man...
back out?
You can back out. You can back out. When God has given us individually our destiny, and they do say something that your destiny is your palm. So why will you tie another person's destiny
To your own.
another purpose? Yes, I know that people connect, but why must someone's life end because another person's life has ended? Christ came to the world to make a sacrifice. Just one sacrifice was made, and that's the reason the Son of God appeared. He said, for this reason the Son of God has appeared to destroy the works of the devil, right?
Yes.
So that's work. That blood was shed to cancel, to cut off every other sacrifice. Now let's go back to the Old Testament, because I know most traditionalists and other religion will always refer to the Old Testament because Christianity started from the New Testament. Abraham wanted to sacrifice his only son.
Yes, in the Old Testament.
Yes, which is Isaac. And because our God, the God whom I serve, through Jesus Christ, is a merciful God, he said, hold on, I'll give you a lamb. So instead of you sacrificing your son, let me give you a lamb, an animal, in replace of your son. So why should a religion come to take another person's life just for sacrifice? No.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So what she said about Abubakus, it's not something that just the Yoruba ancestors practice. This practice was actually quite common outside of Africa even. So in China, so historically the emperor, right, when he died, usually everybody else will go with him. And the reason for that is because they believe that the wives, the servants, they will all go and serve him in the next life, right? Because, they believe in the life after life, right? So, Ababakus, it's not something that's just unique to the Yoruba. And people didn't see it as, well, my destiny is tied to somebody else's. It was an honor back then, right? To just serve the king in this life and in the next life, right? Because people actually gave themselves up as sacrificial lamb, or just that sacrificial lamb, and it wasn't something that they saw as something bad. And she also says something about Christianity starting from the New Testament, which is right. But then again, there's also the argument of, well, why are Christians still printing the Old Testament as part of the Bible if really we should only focus on the New Testament? And also, why do they keep quoting the Old Testament, like Genesis, Exodus, and so on and so forth? But anyway, that is an argument for a different video. All right, let's continue.
Also, like in my place, I come from Cross River State, Calabar. During my school days, around, like, you can't go, like, if a king die, you can't go out around 9 because they're looking for like 7 virgins to kill in order to like seek peace for the blood of that king.
Wow.
So why will you want to kill somebody's child? Like, because she's a virgin, there's a way they notice the virgin people, and like they can, in fact, there's a place like Efik people, they can kill like different people. Then when they bring it to their sacrifice place, they'll be like, okay, now this one be virgin, this one be virgin, that this one be
Virginity
virgin.
that we even encourage you. This is
And
virtue
they're like,
that
now this
even
one
the
be virgin. No,
traditionalists
this one
actually
will be
encourage.
virgin.
Imagine. So it's not a crime for you to be a virgin.
If you're not a virgin, it will be there's a way they do it in their traditional way. The blood will not be accepted. Her head will not be accepted. And they keep killing and killing and killing till they get those 7 virgins. And if you're outside, just know that your own has gone.
Let's even go to the law of the land. I'm very sure according to the law in Nigeria, killing is a great offense.
Exactly.
Right? So, and I'm very sure that no religious should speak against the authority of a land. Only if you want war in a land.
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
I'm bringing this to light to the Christians so that they can best understand this fact. When Jesus was given birth to, you remember his head was called for by Herod.
Herod, yes.
The king, or let's say the...
Yes, that he killed so many firstborns.
Yes. Could you believe? Okay, now, how do you justify in that case? How do you justify to me that those children from how many months to 5 years that were wiped out?
I don't think you are answering the question.
They were wiped out from the history, that there weren't a sacrifice that was made on one person's cause. That's one.
You're not answering the question.
Wait, that's what it's going to be. Then 2, then remember, still, let me fall into that Christian part. If they have failed to recollect in the first book of Kings, where the Israelites were marching to fight the Syrians, and the king happened to see that the Israelites are taking more advantage, even coming into his own town, his palace. Do you know what that man did? Because he understands and justifies what it means to sacrifice. Do you know what he did? He took his first son. He slayed that young man's life, hung him on the post to the palace.
So can you
And now, let me shock you. Let me finish because you never said this.
I want you to shock me, but
now,
this is where I want you to shock me.
As the Israelites were advancing, do you know what happened? God turned against them. God turned his back against them. The strength in which they were fighting or working on was, it was dissipating, that they noticed something was wrong. And now the people they were going to conquer started conquering them. And now consultation was made. That's why I keep saying, when people consult, all these things have started in the old.
Consultation was not made.
Consultation was made.
Consultation was
Sacrifices
not made.
was laid. Let them find out
there
why
was no sacrifice that
there
was made.
I can tell you from 1 Kings, read it from chapter 10 and go down. Now,
it was not a sacrifice that was made, please.
It was
they
consult.
They disobey. I think they did
no,
something.
it's not. It's because of the sacrifice of that man's son.
Ma, you don't have knowledge of that part. He's correct about it.
And God said to the Israelites, for this same sake, you cannot take over the land.
Can I respond?
That he said he cannot take over the land. Do you know what? God gave them 3 more years before they could take over that city. So tell me now, if it's not out of sacrifice, that someone else's life was laid for a particular cause or for a reason, and you tell me sacrifices are not meant to go in accordance?
Let us go back to the question. The question says, African tradition encourages the killings of people for the betterment of their worshippers. Do you understand? Do you agree or disagree? What you have done is to pick...
Encourages ritual killing. Is it good or bad?
So what you have done is to pick instances in the
I have
Bible.
to make it clear. I don't have to be direct.
So it's not only African tradition. Why are you trying to say that it's not only African tradition?
But the point I'm trying to let you know is that you've gone completely away
No.
I'm bringing
it to the reality of the Christendom.
That was just my preamble, which is fine. Right? But it would be nice for us to stick to questions and answer those questions.
And that's what it
is.
is.
You see the case of Herod. One thing you need to understand is that right from time, there's always been the battle between good and evil, right?
Which is the sacrifice.
And at the time when Jesus Christ
that wasn't even
born,
a sacrifice.
Right? The devil, through Herod, right, wanted to disrupt the plan that God had, right? Which was to, you know what, who is this king that has been born that is not from my own house? Let's go and look for him. You know what, any other child that is male that was born in this period, kill that person because he was trying to. Because he was trying to. So it was not a fulfillment. Please, I'm trying to let you understand. It was not a fulfillment. Hold on.
And it's what? And
It
it's
was
what?
not-
Innocent blood.
It
He
was
was trying
not a
to kill
fulfillment.
Jesus.
That was
And
a
it's not
self.
He wanted Jesus to
That
die.
was a selfish decision.
And it's not a
Herod
sacrifice.
that
He wasn't
wanted Jesus to
instructed by
die.
God. God did not say, go and kill all the...
Were those children meant to die?
But do you
And
see
it's
what
not a
God did?
sacrifice.
Did you see what God did?
Can I come in here, sir?
Do you see what God
Wait,
did?
can I come in
Because
here?
Jesus cannot be
Can I
killed.
come in here, please?
He sent an angel to tell the mother that they should take this child away.
This is one head.
Because he knew
It's
very
in
well
how many
Herod is
heads?
coming to do something
Can I
like
come
this.
in here,
Are you
please?
kidding me?
Chief,
Okay, can we?
you realize
Please,
that...
before we proceed, I think we need to check the meaning of sacrifice out from the dictionary. We need to really get the meaning of this word. Sacrifice is to offer as a gift to a deity. To give away. Another meaning says to give away. To get at least a possibility of gaining something else of value.
Is that Oxford Dictionary? Is that Oxford Dictionary?
Herod did...
I should get you a handful or
My
not
boss,
from the...
what
I will
Herod
tell you what sacrifice is.
Chief, hold on.
It was a
What
sacrifice.
Herod did was not a sacrifice.
Okay, then
What
your
Herod
Jesus dying
did-
on the cross, what was that? What was that?
Hold on. Let's take it one by one.
Okay, Jesus dying on the cross. He's talking about Jesus dying on the cross.
What was
That's
that?
only
Giving
Sacrifice.
a blood
a
to a
sacrifice.
deity.
What
This
is
is
a
a
sacrifice?
god,
It wasn't
and
a
this is a
sacrifice.
blood
Then
to appease
the
the
death
god.
of the king's
The
son.
meaning
What
of
was that? Was that sacrifice?
No, the meaning of
I
that one is
don't understand.
sacrifice. Yes, that
Oh,
one
that is a sacrifice. Oh, now
Wait,
she's coming to what we're saying.
Wait, the meaning of sacrifice is I need something from you. Take this and give me in exchange of what I want from you. That's
Yeah.
sacrifice. Yeah, that was not what Herod did.
Who said?
No.
Okay, why didn't Jesus stay? Then the kids will not be killed,
Which God?
and the miracle
Are
can be
you saying
performed.
that if I'm are you saying that if an armed robber actually went to someone's house to rob the house and kill the owner of the house, is that a sacrifice?
It's a sacrifice.
That is not
Because you know why?
That's not a
Because whoever he
Sacrifice
consulted
to
before
who?
going to that mission,
Can I come
has
in
already
here?
told him there must be a blood that has to be
That is
spilled.
not a
Those are
Okay.
the most, no, those are the most things you
Sorry,
don't
please.
understand.
Hello, guys.
Sacrifices, you are giving
Hello, people.
sacrifices.
Can
I'm
I-
telling
can
you, take
I-
my
can I
phone to
come
give me
in
this
here?
thing. That's not a sacrifice.
It's okay now, Jesus standing,
So
becoming
who
who he
is the
is.
armed robber giving
Their-
a blood
their
to? You
lives
need to
to
tell
go.
us that.
Now,
Those like
can I
this
come in
is all.
here?
for him to stand.
No, don't mix things up.
Sorry,
It's
can
an
I come in
individual.
here? African traditional religion encourages sacrifice, ritual killing. Is it right or wrong?
It's wrong.
It's very right.
It's very wrong.
Do you
very right.
agree?
Disagree. Very
or
much
disagree?
disagree.
I agree, and it's very, very right.
Which is
wrong.
bad.
So
It
it
is
is
very
with
bad.
Christianity.
Okay, now I want to put it in this way. You see, initially I came out, but later, that is why I want to encourage all of us that are here. You need to be close with your chi. We, the Igbo people, we are close with our chi. Why are they laughing?
No, I'm actually following
We are close
you.
with
I'm
our
enjoying you.
Now,
Is it the thing that is
sometimes,
ordinary, Abi?
yes,
The thing that
our
is Jesus
chi,
Christ.
our chi,
Our
our God.
God.
So
She means
now,
God. She
you see,
means God. Am I
no,
right?
the chi is not God. The chi is your personal God. We have the Chukwu, that is the great God, the big God. We have the Umabara, that is the communal God or community God. Then we have the we have the Ndiche, that is your ancestors. Then we have the Chi, which the English people call your guardian angel.
I see.
Do you understand? So when you're close with these people, they will talk to you. So initially when I came out, I asked my Chi, what should I say about this situation? My Chi said I should withdraw back. I withdrew back. My Chi told me what to say in this situation. So you need to be close to your Chi, because if you're close to your Chi, you won't be arguing. You won't be arguing like this.
My chi told me to tell him the same thing.
My opposition.
Yes.
My position.
My chi told me to tell you the same thing.
My position.
Yes.
My position.
No, he has his chi.
Sorry, sir. My position in this situation is this: one, through African traditional religion encourages sacrifice, human sacrifice. In everything, there is a good way and there is a bad way. When you kill people out of their will, is wrong. When you kill people in their will, is right. It happened in the Bible. You remember Jairus? When he said that if he goes to war and come back, that any person that came, when he came back, the daughter said, please do what you want to do. Kill me. It has happened in my village. In my village, one man went to war and he said, if he goes to this war, any of his son that left his house and come to the war, that he will kill him by himself. And when, sorry sir, I'm coming. So when they were fighting, his first son, and you know in the Igbo tradition, they value first sons. His first son came to the war front. I said, why did you come? His first son said, I know what you said. Kill me now, just kill me. Have you seen that killing is not wrong? Because that guy opted to the killing. That's what Jesus Christ did, your Jesus Christ. He said, kill me for these people.
Oh, wow. No.
Kill me for... He gave his life for these people. So
it's also a
when,
form
when
of
I'm talking
ritual.
about
Yes.
human sacrifice, when the
Sacrifice.
person does it out of his will,
Yes, what we're talking
it
about
is
the
not
African, we're still
wrong.
talking.
Do you know that there are some people that claim that they are Christians, but they are sacrificing to the devil? That's how it is in the Omenala. There are people that are in the Omenala, they are sacrificing to the devil, because in the Omenala we have the Ekwensu. They are sacrificing to the devil in the guise that they are sacrificing to God. If you do it out of your will, it's not wrong.
Hello? He said he paid the debt. He did not.
He did it out of his will.
Let me bet something.
He did it out of his will.
Let
So
it talk.
it's not wrong when you see.
I
It's
told
not
you that
only
I could
killing.
not pay.
It's not only killing. You can come out and say, "My family have suffered so much.
That we
I want
needed
to
someone
give
to
my
wash our
strength
sins away.
so that I will rescue my family." Everything is sacrifice. It mustn't be killing.
You guys think you are so pure and that you don't commit ritual killing, but you do. Jesus Christ
We actually
dying
did a
is a form of
ritual,
ritual
which
killing.
is
Just that
once-
because it's
a ritual
Western,
that we did once
you don't
and-
see it that way. Then let that be that as it's may. But then I have to. Does African tradition encourage ritual killing? Yes, it does. I agree with that to that extent that it does. Is it bad? No, I don't think it is bad.
Ritual
And the
killing.
reason why, yes, I don't think ritual killing is bad. And the reason why is that, yes, African tradition encourages ritual killing, but it provides a framework for you to, for which the killing will be carried on. It doesn't just say, go and kill this one, go and kill that, I'm killing everybody. No.
What about
African
people that
tradition,
kill
for example,
people?
now, wait,
People that
please.
doesn't want to be killed.
I'm going to get there. She said something. I think something. He said, why should I die for one king that's already died? You should have stopped there. You should have been looking for the why. You shouldn't have been saying it's bad. You should just be looking for the why. And now I'm here to bring the why to you.
Good.
And the why is this.
Still in the Z.
Okay, yes. So and the why is this. Somebody said something that beware of those who try to destroy history, because what they are trying to destroy is the collective memory that protects us in the present. So there are so many things in the that we do in the present that we don't know why. But trust me, there's a reason why society developed those system of living. The concept of family now, you don't know why we have family. Family hasn't always existed. But there's a reason why society decided that let us start having family, let us start having one man, one wife. Do you understand? So the same way those ritual killings developed. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So those ritual killings now, for example, they try to appease the gods of the land. They try to say, you stop, maybe when somebody dies, when somebody is, when maybe there's no peace in the land again, they'll say, okay, this person must be angry. Let us go and appease the person. And so that's usually the reason. But you purist Christian, you look down on these reasons. You can you just say, for example, now, Wole Soyinka, if you've read The King's Osman, in Wole Soyinka, he spoke about ritual killing, where that same Abobaku, the village, the land was going to go into disarray. It was going to go into disrepute if it was going to go into disrepute if that guy did not die after the king. So, and it's not that they just pick you as an Abobaku go to start dying after the king. What happens is that they would, while you are alive, they don't just pick you and kill you. They will give you every single thing that the king enjoyed. And that is consideration for your life. Every single thing, if you say you want this wife, they'll give it to you. If you say you want this, they'll give it to you. Every single thing you will enjoy like you are the king himself.
Again, Chief, just like the way you started, let's stick to the question.
I'm sticking to the question. I'm telling you that it is not bad.
Do we agree that African traditional
I agree to that extent.
encourages
ritual killing. Yes, it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
I agree.
It does.
Then they ask which
you
then-
came out to disagree.
No, I didn't disagree.
No, but that's what you
We
did.
agree.
No.
So
I
that
definitely
we
disagree.
because we all came here to agree.
No.
We were here initially as in agreement.
they now
No,
say
I
question.
came to this. I came to
Tell you
disagree.
reason why we
I said
agree.
it encourages ritual killing. I agree.
Okay.
But
reason.
is it bad?
Yes,
And I
let's
said
just
no.
stick to
The
whether we
question
agree or
no.
not.
No.
Let's
No,
stick
you
to
don't
whether
get
we
it.
agree.
Why?
So,
We'll tell you why we agree.
No, you don't get the question.
Excuse me. I have a question for you. If you have a sister or someone you love so much, or maybe your mother, and they were like, okay, she's going to die for a king or somebody, will you agree to that?
I'm telling you that.
but
My
if
question was directed to me.
she
No, the question was
agrees,
directed
then
to me.
let
her die.
Directed to
So long
me.
everything
How
is
will
short,
you
everything.
feel?
personally agree.
I'm saying that.
That's my stand.
Wait, I'm saying that African tradition provides a framework. African tradition will not say you should during Oro now. We just start killing everyone. It will tell you, it can give you 2 weeks notice before then. That by 2 o'clock on this so day, don't come outside.
Exactly.
That is enough warning. So exactly.
Imagine someone, a woman in labor during Oro. Like emergency, you have an emergency, and the person is kept at home. So whether you step out or not, you will die.
And you plan it.
let me say
There's a day
something. No,
before.
Chief,
There's a-
don't say
that
that.
woman-
Chief,
when you start kicking, you know.
What you need to understand.
Giving you 1 week.
One week,
Chief,
One week. Tomorrow we are doing
what we
something.
need to
A
understand.
woman
what we need
system
to
can tell her
understand.
when a child is
See,
is
certain
not
telling me
customs,
that.
Chief,
Yes.
certain
Don't tell me what to
You
go to
customs,
cannot
toilet.
tell a child when the child should come to the world.
I believe the opposing side is evil.
I believe they are evil. I believe
Wow.
that the traditional side is evil because
Wow, that's a lot to take in. So for that particular prompt, I don't really have much to say regarding African religion encouraging ritual killings, and it's bad. I mean, it's not only African religion that used to do ritual killings. Many cultures outside of the African continent, this is something that they did. And regarding, so they mentioned something about Jesus dying, and yeah, so the Bible says that he was the ultimate sacrifice, right? Meaning that his own father, God, sent him to this world, right, to be sacrificed for our sins, right? So his blood was shed, right, so that that blood will cleanse all our sins and just restart the whole world, right? So even God himself, he performed a ritual killing, which was the sacrifice of his own son. And regarding Abraham, so Abraham wanted to sacrifice his son because that was the promise he made to God. And the fact that he even had that thinking, right, shows that people then will kill their own sons or their own children. They will sacrifice their own children for one reason or the other, right? So it's not just African tradition, right? So this is what's in the Bible. The Bible isn't based on African history or African religion, right? This is non-African. So people then, they will sacrifice their own flesh and blood. And they said something about, if somebody, so if the person agreed to it, then that means yes, it's okay. If they didn't agree to it, it's bad. Obviously Isaac didn't even know he was about to be sacrificed. People then, sometimes you don't even know, you know like, you wouldn't even know that actually you are, like, you're about to be sacrificed. So it's just, it's sort of a controversial subject, but I think this is the last prompt. Let's listen to it.
how will you be killing an innocent person just because you want to appease? Maybe a king wants to die, and they say if they bring 7 virgins, the king will not die. They will be killing people until they get 7 virgins, just to appease for the king not to die. So I believe that the traditional side is evil.
The only place I am having issues is both Muslim and Christian, they believe all these traditionalists, they are evil. And that is not it. It is my belief. Your belief is different from my belief. My belief is also different from your belief.
There's a form of admittance on our part, and we try to explain, our position. But the other side, which is your side, you don't see anything wrong in yourself at all.
Oh.
You just think you are so pure. For example, now, because of your eyes, you didn't think that it's a very reprehensible act that your God did, in the sense that he gave birth to his own child and allowed Herod to kill thousands of others, but saved only his own. How about the rest? That's a form of sacrifice. You didn't think about that. The same thing you guys do when you die and when you engage in an accident, you are involved in an accident. Maybe you're the only one who survived. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe you're the only one who survived. You say, thank God, you're going to give testimony. My God is a living God. He allowed me to survive and allowed the rest to die.
The living
So
God
you don't see those form of rituals and sacrifices.
The living God is not a partial God, but a living God.
I just want, after this question, and I'm going to let me ask some, like with traditionalists now, if you want to do maybe like sacrifice or whatever, take this one, okay, go and eat whatever. You Christian was like, no, we don't eat this, we don't eat that. But if it is Christian, maybe for example now, New Year celebration or Easter, whatever, we will take it and eat it from now. Now the point now there is the evil there now, because we will have that pure heart. But you Christians, you just believe that one is they want to take our, you will say Isaac, you want to take our glory, whatever. So I think it is you Christians that are evil. I'm coming, no.
You ask a question, let me answer your question.
I'm coming. I'll not be saying
no,
anything.
let me answer one before the other one.
The second one, our forefathers, this is what traditional this now, because it's modern days. That's why we say Jesus, so whatever. Let me now go back to the previous topic. You said there's sacrification or whatever. I don't know if maybe Isaac wanted to use his child or whatever for sacrifice. When God called him or whatever, let us not be deceived. Let us not be deceived. It is spiritual. Exactly.
Their own is, you guys do a polished form of ritual killing. It's polished. Yeah,
I want to answer it.
How many people on one? Let me talk.
No,
you said one. Let me say. Okay. You said that when we are doing Happy Christmas or Happy New Year, we cook and give you people. You people eat with pure mind. But then when you people are doing your traditional something, you cook and give us. We say no, we don't want to eat traditional. We cannot eat traditional.
Because you're evil.
Because
you have evil
traditionalists are those who kill. They slaughter blood. They do traditional things. We Christians, if we are giving you food on Christmas Day or New Year, eat our food. We are celebrating Christ. It's not a traditional
Christitional things.
Okay, let me come in here.
I need your help.
Let me come in. Sorry, man. Can I come in here, man? You see, the thing is that we need to understand. You see, one problem I have with Christians, they don't acknowledge that English language is not their language. They thought English language is their language, and they can interpret the Bible. You will see a man in Ochanja Market in Onitsha. He will come and be reading Bible and he's interpreting it. He didn't pass primary 6. You need to understand English to be able to understand the Bible.
No.
Now, our subject here is evil.
Let me come back to that area now.
Sorry, ma. Our subject here is evil. Evil simply means bad. That's what evil means.
Not
bad.
good. Not good.
It means bad.
Not good.
Now, the thing is that you people feel that every other person is evil, but you don't know what evil is. You think evil is only killing people and fornicating. That's not evil.
But the thing was, God was making sacrifice for a good cause.
The all work.
No. I mean,
everybody.
I'm not saying yes, but he was making the sacrifice for a good cause.
Yes.
You get the same thing. Ritual killings. Ritual killings are usually.
I don't want to go back. You know what?
I want to sacrifice has been made.
Sorry, I want to
therefore, there is no more sacrifice.
Please, I want to stick to the question. I can actually go back.
There is no more sacrifice.
I can actually go back to where you're coming from.
But is it evil?
Reason is this: I want to stick to what we have.
Is it evil?
The topic.
It's evil. Traditionalist is evil.
Is the sacrifice made evil?
That's the problem I'm having with them.
Please allow me. Please allow me.
Please, let us stick to the prompt.
And I'm actually sticking to.
Because I don't want to go to her now. If I go to her, because the people will not want us to have problem.
Can I continue?
Because I have problem. I want to prove something to her. But continue, ma.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So back to the love Christ showed is for everybody to be redeemed. So irrespective of who you are, where you're from, your religion,
I'll never see you as an evil person because you've never done anything to hurt me. So why will I see you as evil? The same way you said there are Christians. I'm not disputing that. There are a lot of, even the Bible confirmed that there are wolves in sheep clothing. So it's everywhere, be it a traditionalist or being a Christian. It depends on the way you see people naturally. And that's the reason I'll never call you an evil man. Because you've done nothing to deserve that title, to deserve that tag.
I wouldn't know why some Christians would think traditionalists are not evil. I strongly believe that traditionalists are evil. Because the traditionalist will give somebody a juju, say, go and use this juju, you get money. Certain time you will die. So what is the use of the money I got if I'm still going to die? In Igbo language, we call it wetisi pia werishi. You bring a head and collect another head. Sorry, please, is that a gift? A gift is the one God gives. He said, my gift I give unto you. It's not like the one that the world will give. He gives his own freely. He does not request for anything.
Something
called
even
little,
my
little
Christ
foxes.
did not teach me to condemn.
There is something
Because
called
even
little, little
Christ
foxes
said,
that spoils the vine.
do not judge for
Actually.
you not to be judged. So I'll never point a finger at you
Abi?
that you are evil when you've done nothing wrong to me. Even the Bible says that God doesn't hate sinners. It's just a sin. And who am I to call someone a sinner? Even when me myself, I was once a sinner, just that I found grace. Why should we bring stereotype into this? The fact that one person is evil doesn't mean that every other person is evil. The same way they also said, some Christians will not greet them. That's the same way we too will say, oh, these people, they are evil. They make sacrifices, they do this, they do that.
Those pointing behind closed doors and you don't know.
Those ones are the same way you people are calling me evil right now. You people already tagged me as evil without even tagging me as evil.
Okay, you said when you
You understand?
But you people generally
you said
see
you
us
never
as
call
evil.
us.
You people generally
Christianity
see us
to
as
me.
evil.
Sorry.
Generally.
Please, what's your name, sir?
Me.
Yes.
I'm Chukwebuka, Mazi
Mr.
Chukwebuka.
Chukwebuka. Mazi. Okay,
Mazi
Mazi.
Chukwebuka,
Let me stick
yeah.
to that. I love that title. I'll never tag you evil if you've not hurt me.
So if I've hurt you, then I'll be evil.
Even you hurting me, I'll still seek peace with you because that is the true religion. Because that is what Christianity is all about.
I refuse to
Just
agree
a
to
minute,
this one you're
just a
saying.
minute,
Let
just
us
a
not be
minute.
deceived.
Personally,
I'm not interrupting you. I just want to chip something.
You're
What
taking
if
it
I
back.
bring?
All right, guys, this video is getting too long, so I'm going to pause it right here. But this is pretty much the end of it. There's only maybe 2 minutes left. Yes, so really good conversations. I'm surprised this video hasn't even reached 1 million views yet in the past 2 months, because Nigerians, we love religion. We are really religion religious fanatics. We love religion. So just looking at some of the comments here, right? So I just, just to show you people's thoughts and beliefs. And so yeah, my two favorite characters are the woman with the with the blonde hair, and also the man in the red outfit. Those two people are very passionate about their beliefs, really passionate, really deep into it. But I really do not have much to say about this video. I don't have much to say at all about this video. Um, yeah, because it is such a deep topic. I think, maybe a theologist and also a professor with background in religious studies, right? So, somebody with vast knowledge in, a multiple religion and also the history of many religion will be able to give us better facts instead of people just sharing their own personal beliefs based on what they've been taught and what they believe, right? So anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know about what you think about this video in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye.